Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll do the unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy A70. And Samsung also had launched the A80, but that hasn't come to India. I expect that will come sometime next month. But let's have a closer look at this one. Actually has some pretty good specs. This is powered by the Snapdragon 675 SoC, which is a pretty powerful one. And this also has a triple camera setup, in-display fingerprint scanner, and this has a massive screen, 6.7-inch Full HD plus screen. So let's open this up and have a look. And regarding the pricing, the price quoted on the box is 30,900, but that's not correct. It's priced at about 28,000, and this will be sold both online via Flipkart and as well as in local stores and stuff. So that's what it is. And as you can see, again we have this. Let's open this up and have a closer look. Looks like a case is provided, as you can see, and some quick start guide and other stuff that we are having, and this transparent case that we have. So let me keep this to the side, and let's take out the handset itself. And this is supposed to have a huge screen, 6.7. Let's just take this out. And from the back, again, this is like the A50, that shiny polycarbonate plastic, which gives you different colors. Frankly speaking, they should have gone with a glass or something, considering that's priced at about 28,000. But this is what we get, the triple camera setup. But now the main camera is a 32 megapixel, secondary is a wide angle 8 megapixel, and lastly 5 megapixel is the depth. And the front facing camera is also 32 megapixel. We'll come back to the device later. Let's see what we get in the box. And finally, Samsung is actually giving us a really fast charger in this one. This is not the standard 15 watt charger that we find in Samsung phones. This is actually a 25 watt fast charger, super fast charger they call it, as you can see. And we also have the SIM ejector tool over here, and this will be the USB Type-C cable. And we also get headsets in this one, so that's actually nice. Black in color, and these are in-ear types that, as you can see, with Samsung branding. And we also have a multiple button layout over here, actually plus and minus for the volume, and also a dedicated button over here. So that's what we get in the box. So let me keep these things to the side, and let's look at the handset itself. So here is the handset itself, and it is actually not that heavy. I thought it would be really heavy, considering it's a 6.7-inch screen and a 4,500 milliamp hour battery, but it's actually not heavy at all. On the top we have a secondary noise cancellation microphone, and this also feels like plastic polycarbonate, and this is not metal, guys. So on here we have the volume rockers, give a good tactile feel. This is the power button, bottom vent for the speaker, main microphone, a Type-C port with fast charging, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and this will be your SIM tray. Let's look at it. Does it have a hybrid solution or not? Let's see. But the storage is good, 128 gigabytes. Nice to see we have a dedicated micro SD card slot, so that is nice. Though the storage is ample, as you can see on the box, it said that it comes with 128 gigabytes of storage and 6 gigabytes of RAM. So let me do one thing, guys. Let me actually boot this up and power it up. In the meantime, here are the specs for the Samsung Galaxy A70. It's powered by the Snapdragon 675 octa-core processor, comes with the Adreno 612 GPU. It has a 6.7 Full HD plus AMOLED screen, has 128 gigabytes of storage, 6 gigabytes of RAM. Moving to the camera, it's a triple rear camera setup. 32 megapixel is the main, 8 megapixel is the wide, and 5 megapixel is the depth. Moving to the front camera, it's a 32 megapixel and comes with a 4,500 milliamp hour battery with fast charging. So guys, I've set up this Samsung Galaxy A70, and as you can see, it has some apps that are preloaded. So let's see if we can remove them. For example, yes, you can uninstall some of the preloaded apps, and it has Samsung Pay, as you can see. So that's actually a nice thing. And if you go over here, again we have the quick toggles, and again I have installed a few apps. I wanted to check it out, but again, as you can see, this it also has that always on, and even NFC support is there. That is actually a nice thing. And always on display is there, and Dolby Atmos. And to give you an idea, again, for fingerprint, it has this in-display fingerprint scanner, and I have set it up. And I won't say it's fast as the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner that we are seeing on the S10, S10 Plus, but I feel this is slightly improved. I would say the responsiveness on this, yes, it does not work every time, but as you can see, for the most time it works. But again, as you can see, it takes about half a second to unlocked. So that's regarding that. And the screen is a 6.7-inch screen, and it's an AMOLED screen, hence the viewing angles and everything is really good. Images just pop. That's the nature of AMOLED screen that you expect from Samsung. So it's the same thing as you can see. And we have the quick toggles over here. And let's go over here to the settings, and if you go to about the phone and software information, as you can see, it's running on Android version 9, that is Pie. That's a good thing, and it has the One UI version 1.1, so that's also nice. Now moving to storage, if I go over device care and storage, again I've installed a bunch of apps and stuff, but if you look at the storage, as you can see, out of that 128 gigabytes, you'll get about 108 gigabytes of space, and also that micro SD card slot is there. So I feel in terms of storage, you don't have an issue with this one. And memory, and out of that 6 gigabytes, about roughly this is the amount of RAM that you get. But in general usage, I would say the memory management has been fine, and good to see that Samsung is giving us that 6 gigabytes of RAM. But I frankly feel this One UI works the best with that. I didn't notice any lagginess or anything. Auto brightness is there, guys. I have just disabled it, but that auto brightness, adaptive brightness is there, as you can see. And again, it is running on the Snapdragon 675 SoC, which is a fairly powerful SoC. So in general operations, I did not notice any lagginess or anything on this device. So in that aspect, I would say it does a good job. And yes, I did check with Antutu. I'll just deny all this. It is running on the Snapdragon 675 SoC with the Adreno 612 GPU that you're getting on this device. So let's just get out of that one. And another thing about this device is cameras. Again, they should have gone with a slightly different back. Again, as you can see, yes, if you keep it clean, it looks nice, but again, it's a plastic bag and sort of a fingerprint magnet. As you can see, immediately so many fingerprints have come up. So considering the price point of this one, I feel they should have gone with something else rather than this plastic polycarbonate bag. Again, important thing about this one is, again, this is a camera centric smartphone with that 32 megapixel, 8 megapixel wide angle and the 5 megapixel for depth. So let's also quickly look at the camera interface. Again, if you have seen any other Samsung camera interface, it's the same one on this one also. As you can see, this is the regular mode and this is the wide angle. So notice how wide it goes in the wide angle mode. And again, if we go over here to the settings, we have all the options, and for RAID video, as you can see, you can go up to that 4K resolution. So that's actually a nice thing. And for full the front camera, it is full HD, that is 1080p, and we also have HDR options over here. And the front facing camera is also a 32 megapixel, as you can see, and this is the slightly wider, and it also has the live focus mode even with the front facing camera, though it's just a single camera setup, and I feel it does a pretty good job. So let me do one thing, guys. Let me actually show you some of the sample shots taken with this one so that you have a better idea. But before that, here is the word from the sponsor of this video, that is Mivi.in. Here we have the compact yet extremely powerful and beautiful Mivi range of wireless speaker. The Roam with a 5-watt output easily fits in your pocket. This is the Moonstone with an output of 10 watts output. It's perfect for small gathering. Octave comes with a 16-watt output, making it the loudest speaker in the range. All these three Bluetooth speakers have premium build quality with fabric. They are dust and splash resistant. So log on to Mivi.in today and use the coupon code Geekyranjit to get special discount on all Mivi products. Check the link in the description below. So here are the samples taken with the rear facing camera, and as you can see, the rear facing camera is actually really sharp. It was a very cloudy day, but then also got good shots, and again, it also has that wide angle lens, which I always appreciate. In terms of camera performance with the rear facing camera, as you can see, you also get that bokeh effect, and also I was surprised that the color reproduction was actually really good on this A70. So that was actually a nice thing, and overall I would say with the rear facing camera, the pictures were actually really good, looked nice. natural, and also in terms of sharpness there was good sharpness. Also for close-up shots, as it has that f1.7 aperture, you get that beautiful bokeh effect, and again as you can see the pictures are very sharp. Now moving to artificial semi-indoor conditions, here I would say the camera struggled a little bit, as you can see, and I hope they improve it, because frankly speaking I was expecting slightly better performance in artificial lighting. As you can see it's not bad, but I felt that it was struggling a little bit in artificial lighting conditions. Now moving to the front facing camera, again it's a 32 megapixel, and again as you can see in outdoor conditions it's very good. Even that bokeh effect is nice, and these are more sample shots, again as you can see very sharp. But when we move to artificial lighting, indoor lighting, as you can see again it is struggling quite a bit in artificial and indoor lighting conditions with this front facing camera. So to summarize, I would say certainly a pretty interesting device, and certainly a camera centric smartphone. Particularly the rear facing camera in outdoor conditions is doing a very good job, very sharp, but I feel in artificial and indoor lighting conditions the camera tends to struggle a little bit. But anyways, what do you guys think about this Samsung Galaxy A70 at 28,000? What do you feel about this one? Do let me know in the comment section below. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.